What's up, you guys? So, I am here with one of my favorite bloggers. I am here with Color Me Pink, Keisha Irvin from the Color Me Pink channel. What's up, Keisha?
Hello, Miss Layla. Hey, you guys.
So, a lot of you guys may know Color Me Pink from her reviews on YouTube. She reviews Belle Collective, Love and Hip Hop, a lot of different shows. Like, she keeps up with what's going on. And so I just love her channel. I love her creativity. She's also a best-selling author. What else? I'll let you introduce yourself. What do you want to say about yourself?
Finally be on Layla's channel. I have been following her for years, and I just remember watching your channel and be like, oh my God, I hope I can get my channel as big as hers one day. Because you are the GOAT, honey. But yes, I am a best-selling author of what next year to be 20 years. I'm a filmmaker, YouTube creator, a publisher. Yeah, all those things.
Yes, all the things, all the things. And her home, I have to always say this because your home, your interior decorating. This is off topic, but I just want to say I love your style. And you
Thank
inspired
you.
me. First, your other home, the loft inspired me when I had my loft. I was like, okay, we doing glam, but it's elevated glam. It's elevated
Yeah.
glam. And now the home you have now, it is beautiful, especially
Thank you
like
so much.
the paintings and stuff, the art that you have. It's so beautiful. So thank you for joining me. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you. That means the world to me because I love home decorating. Like I got
Yes,
that from my mother and my grandmother.
yes, I can tell. I can tell you doing it. You doing it. Even the
Thank you.
I haven't, I have to check it out, but I remember you were like you wanted to go dark for your bedroom, like jewel tones. And I
Oh,
was
I
like,
ended up doing something totally different. The video is
oh,
up right now, but I ended up
okay,
instead of doing jewel tones, I did like really pretty greens. It went a
okay.
totally different way, but I love the way it turned out.
Okay, I got to see that. All
Yeah.
right, so we're here to spill some tea on Belle Collective. This is season 3 of Belle Collectives, and I have watched season 1, 2, and 3, but I don't think I've ever done a video on Belle Collective. So this is new for me. I know you do review the show, and I enjoy your reviews. And a lot
Hmm.
of times you put your reviews out right away, which I love.
Yeah.
I love that about your channel. So we'll start as far as season 3. What are your overall feelings about season 3 of Belle Collective?
I love it. I love it. I think that the ladies have come to play this season. Everybody's showing up. The only cast member that I'll say this season that is kind of lagging behind a little bit is Akeisha. Because every time we see her,
Mm,
she at home sitting on her couch. But she ain't really got much going on. She pops out to certain events, but I still think that the ladies are killing it this season. I
yeah.
think out of all of Carlos's shows, that right now Belle Collective is the best one.
Really, that's saying a lot. And we
Yeah,
just talked off camera about the Love and Marriage series, and maybe that'll be for another video. But I understand why
yeah,
you're saying that, and I do agree because the Love and Marriage like is too misogynist for me.
yeah,
Even watching this show is a little bit too much. Like
yeah.
Akeisha and her relationship with her husband,
Hmm.
it's a lot there. And now Tamara and Damon and him, diminishing the type of work she does because it's not physical labor. Like it's a lot there. And
Yeah,
I feel like Carlos King, going down south and specifically filming those type of relationships, I feel like it's real. You know what I mean? I feel like the people are
yeah,
being real, but it is also for me, it's like a turn off. Like I'm turning the channel, like I'm not watching the Love and Marriage series that much. So Bell
yeah,
Collective, I agree. That's my favorite too.
yeah.
So we're gonna start. Basically, we're gonna go through each couple and what's been going on this season with them, and we'll start with Latrice. Right? She's the belle of the ball, right?
Well, not mine. Not my ball.
Latrice is that girl.
I cannot
So
stand Latrice. I have not.
really,
I love her fashion. Love her fashion. Her hairstyles be great.
mhm.
Beautiful home, but her personality on the show, I have not gravitated her from. I can't talk. I have not gravitated towards her at all. Even season 1, I just never saw it from her. I always felt like she was a sneaky snake. I
Oh,
always
wow.
have.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what they've been saying on the show. It's like more and more people are coming to that conclusion.
Yeah, even her husband said
Yeah.
it. So, shoot.
So we saw this season. To me, what stands out about Latrice, I feel like she has unaddressed daddy issues. And I feel like
Oh
that's why
yes.
she's in the relationship she is now. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
do admire, her business acumen. I will say that I admire her business acumen, but when it comes to relationships, I feel like she purposely put herself in this type of relationship where she's with the man that don't respect her. Like, if we could
No,
just be honest, she's with the
no.
man that doesn't respect her. And her mother has said that Cliff reminds her of Latrice's father. And a lot of times
Mm.
people, they replicate their parents' relationship
Mm-hmm.
and they want to have a different ending. And you
Yep.
can see that clear as day with Latrice and Cliff. Like, she's replicating her mother's relationship, but she's trying to make it better. She's trying to have a
Yep.
different ending, like a happy ending. And it
Yep.
don't look happy. It don't look
Mm-mm.
happy.
No. I feel like with them, I feel like with for him meeting her, I feel like it was a trophy wife type of
Mhm.
situation, somebody younger than him that he could control. Because ain't
Right,
no grown woman gonna put up with no man like Cliff.
right,
Absolutely not.
right.
And then with her, like you said, I think that she was searching for a fatherly figure and she got that with him. And I think that his financial stability, of course, was a turn on for her. And he keeps on alluding to the fact that, he did help with her business. And I honestly feel like if the reason why she has not left him or divorced him is because they money tied up with her business, I think that he would be able to go after that in some type of way. I think
Mhm.
when she says that she started everything on her own, but he makes little slick comments like he had help,
Yeah.
in getting her to where she is. So I don't think that her story that I did this all on my own before I got with him is 100% true.
Yeah, I don't think so either because he keeps saying that I helped you. I feel like he
Hmm.
invested at some point. He invested in her. I don't think he lying about that. And I,
Yep.
I do agree. You are probably right that a lot of their relationship is financial. Like if she left him, it would be a financial hit.
Yep.
But I
Yep.
want to say this. So they haven't been showing her friend. I'm sorry, I forgot her friend's name. Do you remember his name?
Josh.
Josh. I feel like Josh witnessed some abuse in that household when he was staying with them because it seems so serious. Like if you listen closely to the things he was saying, he was like he really seen some things in that household. And I feel like that's part of the reason, like as we go on through these episodes, like you don't see him much anymore. It seemed like their
Mm-mm.
friendship suffered. And so I feel like they are in an abusive relationship and
Mm-hmm.
Josh witnessed it. And now she got problems with Akeisha because Josh went to Akeisha and talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
what I think is going on there.
Because when I watched Akeisha's interview with Carlos, she said that she didn't even know that they had issues until the episode came on where she called her Hattie Mae in the
Yes,
confessional, and she was like, "I didn't even know we had beef."
right,
Um, and I think that that beef stems from her being SoGucci's friend, and then her knowing her business via Josh. Um,
right.
but as far as Josh, when he was living with them, I think that we've all seen it for ourselves that there is mental going on over there in
Hmm.
that household and very much control issues. I I don't think that he's over there whooping her butt, but I think that there's grabbing and shoving and things that still should not be going on in any type of household or marriage that is going on over there. But
Hmm.
I think most of what he probably saw is him berating her
Yeah,
and her just sitting there taking it and crying, like what we saw on the first episode when they were outside of that lounge and he was yelling at her and berating her and she just standing there, literally being scolded like she was his child.
right, right. And what got me, he grabbed her elbow on the episode. Like he
Mm-hmm.
grabbed her and pulled her
Yep.
toward him. And I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking to myself, okay, if he do that on camera,
Yep.
imagine what he do off camera. And
Yeah.
you say you don't think he whoop her. I think he is. Like, I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like I said, I've never covered Belle Collective on my channel before. This might be
Mm-hmm.
the second time, so I feel like I got to keep it real. I feel like he around there hurting her. I'll put it that way. That's my opinion. Nobody has to agree, but that's my opinion. I feel like it's some deep things going on there, and I feel like her friend, saw some things and heard some things that were serious.
Yeah, I mean, either way, whether he straight up knocking her upside the head,
Yeah,
or like I said, the shoving, yoking her up, probably
yeah,
pushing her up against the wall and stuff like that. All of that is still unacceptable under any type of circumstances. But I think that she's one of those girls that would say, he just grabbed me, that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
think that she's one of those women that think it has to be a punch to the face or something like that for it
Mm,
to be considered, abuse. I
mm,
think him grabbing on her and stuff like that, is she probably looks at that like that's normal relationship behavior. Because I
mhm.
won't even sit up here and lie in front. When I was a younger girl, I thought that stuff like that was okay, because I read about it in books, or I saw my other friends or older friends or even family members going through stuff like that, and I thought that stuff like that was okay. And Latrice seems like she's one of those girls that still live in that kind of mentality. And let's not,
Yeah, yeah.
Latrice is a little slow.
Yeah,
Like, she a
I
little
agree.
slow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the business acumen is there, but when it comes to
yeah.
relationships, yeah, I definitely agree. And I feel like a lot of times as women, when we find ourselves in those type of situations, we move the goalposts to where it might
Mm-hmm.
be like, well, a little push, that's no big
Yep.
deal. I'm not gonna break up my household for that, a
Yep.
little shove. And then it might be, a slippery slope where it gets into deeper stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I feel like they at. If I just keep it real with you, that's where I feel like they at. But they've been given relationship advice. And so I wanted to talk about that here because I felt like this was such a PR move. So let me share my screen. So they did an interview and I felt like their PR I forget her friend's name that does PR. She is so pretty. She was on last
Um.
season.
Oh my God, I forgot her name. I know who you're talking about.
Yes, I feel like
Yeah.
she was so pretty. But yeah, so they did this interview with Rolling Out, and they gave relationship advice. Of all people, Cliff and Latrice are giving relationship advice. And this interview came out, if I recall correctly, it was around the time that the episode came out. Where he popped up on her when she was at the nightclub with her friends. The
Mm-hmm.
Belle Collective stars Latrice and Clifton Rogers give marriage tips. The reality TV couple explains how they keep their relationship strong. So let me just ask you point blank period, what's your first reaction to them, those two giving relationship advice?
That's like Ren and Stimpy giving relationship advice. It's ridiculous. They need to be having somebody giving them relationship advice.
Yeah.
They can't tell nobody nothing.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
So, okay, basically what they say, it's not a long interview, but basically what it came down to, they were saying that you have to trust the person you're with, trust, love, and faith. That's what it came down to.
But he
Um,
doesn't even trust her.
right, because it seemed like he might have had a tracker, or maybe she's sharing her location on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely, she's probably just sharing her location. I guess it popped
Yep.
up for him, where she was at. But it seems like they don't have trust. Maybe they love each other, faith. I don't know. Their faith or whatever. Um, but it just stood out to me like, okay, they're trying to do PR and kind of save their reputation after he, approached her like that on camera and grabbed her like that on camera. And then the next episode, this made it hard for me to watch. We talked about how the love and marriage franchise is hard to watch as women. But it was hard for me to watch this series. On the next episode, after he popped up on her, she came to him and was, at that little lunch, and she was like, I want to apologize to you.
Oh
And
yeah.
I said, girl, girl,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. For not telling you where I was gonna be. Oh,
Right.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
It
And
was her friend for me that was sitting there shaking her head while all of that was going on. She was
yeah.
just like, mm-mm. But it
Right.
seems like even something that she's been privy to
Hmm.
over and over again. I think that that's something that he probably always does, embarrassing her like that.
Right. But it seems like she won't get rid of him. Like, I mean, do
Mm-mm.
you have do you enjoy being embarrassed? Do you enjoy your man berating you in public? You know what I mean? It seemed like something like she won't stop him from doing
Yeah,
that.
like I said, I think that with them, it's a situation of, yeah, she doesn't like it, but what's she gonna do? Leave? Because once again, I think that her money is tied up with him. He holds
Mm,
the purse strings to everything. Cliff does not seem like the type of man that's not gonna have his I's dotted and his T's crossed. He
Yeah.
seems like he has the purse strings, the contracts and everything under him. Like,
Mhm.
I think that she's just the face and she handles the hair, but I think that he handles the business.
Oh, so you think her business growing like this and going viral and everything, you think it is actually Cliff behind the scenes?
I think that he handles like the paperwork. I think that
Yeah.
she is the face of the brand. She knows the hair to buy, the people to do sponsorships with and ad campaigns and all of that stuff. She's the brains behind it, but he, I feel, is the money man, and he's the one that's handling all the paperwork with lawyers and realtors and things of that nature. And I do believe that he invested in her hair company. I do not believe that she started it on her own. I think that she started it when she got with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree. I think he definitely invested. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they are discussing having a baby. And in my opinion, that's the worst thing she could do with a man like Cliff, because you think he's controlling you now. Wait till you have his baby. He really got
Yeah.
you then.
And I
But
think
it's
that's
like,
why she don't want to have a baby, because she know that she's gonna have to be tied to him for the rest of her life.
yeah,
And how we gonna co-parent? He'll be the worst person to co-parent with, especially if she decides to leave.
right, right. That would be terrible. But it seems like she's
Mm-hmm.
considering it. And I hope she's faking. But when I watch her on the show, it's like, damn, is she really gonna have his baby? Like it seems real, like she's really considering it. But I hope she doesn't.
I
Girl,
hope
if you
she don't
watching
either.
Latrice, if you watch it, I know that's your husband, and you think y'all together forever, but I just think that would be the worst thing to do is to create more ties to a man like this who uses those ties to control you. I just think that's the worst thing to do.
And I think that all that daddy and all that, I think that's to stroke his ego. I don't
Yeah.
one bit think that she is really, truly like attracted to that man.
You don't think so? You don't think
No.
she married him? That's who she. He told her. What did she say? He crawl up in her bed with the Bible and say, "Your body belongs to me," and she acquiesced. So
Gross. Gross.
she like
Gross.
him. I think she
Right.
attracted to him. She like him. I think she like him.
I think she probably got a little friend on the side that she
Uh,
keep under wraps, because ain't no way. Ain't no way. Now Cliff ain't an ugly man, but that Bert Ernie haircut of his and that stomach, absolutely not.
my only thing
Absolutely not.
about Cliff, it's actually not physical, but I don't understand like hardly anything he say.
He can't talk. He like your pawpaw.
Right. But I understand my papa. Like I understand what he used to say.
He like
But
the
Cliff,
grumpy old man. Like,
yeah, I don't
no.
even understand what he's saying.
No, what's but in Peep Game, she always in the other room. She don't want to be in that room with that man. She don't want to have to lay on her back for him. No, no. You know who she remind me of? Did you watch this past season of Bridgerton?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I know who you're talking
lady,
about.
lady. What's her name? Lady.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to put the picture in. What is her name? And she was with that old guy.
Yeah, that's Latrice. She playing the long game. She playing the long game until this Negro croak.
Oh my god! And don't even have to do it. Wasting her time, wasting her youth.
Because think about it, Layla. She keep on talking about she a millionaire. This, that. If you have your own business separately from him, she would leave. That's why I think their money is tied up together.
Okay. 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 Okay.
I don't think it's.
I feel like it's mental. I do agree. It probably is financial too, but I feel like it's like a mental thing with her.
Oh
like
yeah,
her mind is not right.
yeah.
So with a guy like Cliff, like your mind is not right. That's what I
Because
think.
even if you pay attention, even when she talks to her mama about it, because this is like the second time on camera we seen her talk to her mother about their relationship, and you can tell that even the mama just be like, "Girl, if you don't leave him alone," but she's doing it in like a nice way, trying to be supportive of her daughter. But it's just like, girl, no,
Yeah.
no.
Does your mom? Well, it's probably because they're on TV. I was gonna ask, does your mom talk to you like that in a way that's kind of like beating around the bush, or is your mom direct with you?
My mom is direct with me. Both of
Mine.
my parents are direct with me. But as
Yeah.
far as, in my relationships, I never really went to my parents about my relationship unless it was like something detrimental.
Hmm.
Um, because well, I ain't been in a relationship in forever, child. So, but yeah, even when I was younger, and I guess that's why I got so jacked up is because I was going to my friends who didn't know
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
They didn't know nothing. I didn't know anything. But with the age that I am now, if I went to my parents, I think that they would be a lot more, gentle and understanding and talk to me, one on one like an adult, you
Mm.
know, type of relationship. And I will say her mother is very supportive of her when they do
Yeah.
have their conversations, but you can tell her mom want her to leave him.
Yeah. I feel like my mom is very direct. Maybe if we were on TV, she might be a little bit more gentle, like her mom.
Hmm.
Yeah, but my mom is also very direct too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so on to let me think. Okay, we can go on to Letitia. I don't know if we want to take a break because I feel like that was very deep. And the stuff going on with Letitia and him, possibly having another child outside the marriage was kind of deep too. So we can go on to Letitia or we can go to another couple.
I mean, we didn't discuss with Latrice though her situation with Gucci and Marie.
We'll start with Marie, and you can lead that part because I'm trying to remember. Because it seemed like Marie is over her, like she just avoid her. She didn't come to the party. Like Marie is like not,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think from based on everything that I've seen since season one with their interviews that they've done and all of the lives and everything, even since season one, I've always sided with Marie. I felt like that I believed her story when it was supposed to been, them just turning up for the camera. And then I believe her when she said that Latrice took it, 10 times forward and made
yeah,
it bigger than what it actually was, and things just got nasty. uh and then even when Latrice had admitted at the reunion that what was that? She admitted that they were on a three-way call or something, like it was something with a three-way call. And I can't remember what it was, but she had even admitted that, yeah, that was kind of shady or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but I
yeah,
was always seeing Marie with that whole situation between them
right.
two. Now, do you think that she invited Selena on purpose to the first of all, do you think that
Okay,
she even
girl,
had Selena on the show this season for
girl.
malicious intent?
I'm gonna say this. I have to start and say that I think her relationship with Selena is weird. Like,
Thank you.
why are you friends with somebody that used to sleep with your husband? This is
Thank
why I
you.
say the mind is not right. Like, it's something going on there. Like, to me, that's weird. I have to be
Thank
honest,
you.
that's weird.
Thank you so much for
So,
finally saying it. Somebody.
yeah, I don't understand her being friends with Selena. It's like Latrice puts herself in the circle. Like, you're with this older man, and then you got his ex mistress, in your friendship circle. It's like, why are you putting yourself in that circle? Like,
Because I'm like, why would you trust somebody that cheated with this man in the past? Like, she won't do it again. Who are you?
right, right. You
Next
ain't
thing you know,
nobody.
she'll be divorcing you. She'll pull a Porsche on you.
Yes. Okay.
You will be Fallon in a minute.
On VH1. Okay.
Exactly. Because Selena looked like the type that she gonna go after the bag.
Right, right. That's what she does. And I can't hate on anybody that does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. But as far as her, I don't think she was trying to set up SoGucci per se for a physical altercation. Maybe
Mhm.
for a little, argument or something like that, throw a little shade at each other. Maybe that. But I don't think she really expected it to get physical. But when it comes to SoGucci, like everybody is different. And so the situation, I guess we could talk about it now. The situation with SoGucci and Selena, I felt like Selena was reacting. I could have sworn I heard SoGucci say, "I'll throw this drink at you." I could have sworn I heard her say that. And so I feel like Selena was like, "Well, let me throw my drink at you first." So I feel like that's what happened there, but I don't feel like Latrice set it up to be physical.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so, child, when I tell you they acted a monkey under my comment section on that episode, like I had to block so many people from
Oh,
that
you were
episode.
blocking them?
Child,
You be
They
blocking.
I sure do be blocking them. I have no problem. I got a saying on my channel: the block is hot. The block. Wow, I ain't got no problem. And if I see somebody in there hee ha ha and under what somebody said slick, you getting
Yeah,
blocked too. I ain't got no problems.
yeah.
But they were being like, no, they were like being really disrespectful, like real disrespectful. And I was like, y'all
Was it to
going,
you or to?
yeah,
Oh, it was
yeah,
okay. Okay, I block that
yeah,
too. Yeah, if
yeah.
it's to me, I block it too. If it's to the character, I don't block it. But to
Yeah,
me,
because
whatever.
I say to them all the time, I don't care how y'all feel about these people. I'm on here to do
Yeah,
my job. They did their job, and y'all are here to watch and you be entertained. I don't care if you agree with me because it's a
yeah,
reality show. Everybody's getting paid to do something.
right.
But like those Bring It fans, child, came out of the woodworks for Selena, and I'm like, y'all didn't even like her when she was on Bring It.
Right.
And that's so fake. But I think that overall, I do think that Latrice brought Selena onto the show for malicious intent, because all of a sudden now you and Gucci, or you did something foul to Gucci, and you knew that Gucci was going to be upset with you about it when y'all started filming. And all of a
Mm.
sudden, season 3, you and Selena now kicking it to the point you bringing her on camera.
See, I guess I differ because I feel like Carlos brought her on. Like I feel like the show might show Latrice bringing her on, but I feel like in the back of Carlos' mind, he's like, "I'm in Jacksonville. It's some people, in Jacksonville that people are familiar with from Bring It." So I kind
True.
of feel like that was Carlos behind the
True.
scenes.
But
That's
see, this is why I don't think I see where you're going with that, but I don't think that was the case, because um when he interviewed SoGucci, and SoGucci mentioned that Selena was engaged, he was like, "Oh, she is? Oh," he was like, "I didn't know that." Then when he interviewed Selena the week after that, he brought
Mhm.
up the fact, he was like, "A little birdie mentioned to me that you were engaged." And she was like, "Yes, Carlos, I am." And he was like, "Have you started planning the wedding yet?" And she was like, "Yeah, slowly but surely." Da, 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 da. And I feel like after watching what has transpired this season,
Mhm.
now he's like, "Oh, I got to get her on this show." Because I
Mhm.
saw the wheels turning in his face when he was like, "Oh,
Okay.
you getting married? Now
Yeah.
I see you got this beef with her." Da 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 da. So
Yeah.
of course she's gonna be on there next
Yes.
season. And then he even said, he was like, "Oh, well, we'll see you at the reunion." So yeah, the
Okay.
setup is there for her to come on next season. But I don't think that he set it up for her to come on this season. I think that Latrice needed somebody else to film with. Because let's be honest,
Yeah.
who's she friends with on this
Yeah.
show?
That's a good point. I have noticed that more and more you see Latrice not really filming with the girls, and then also Tamara. It's kind of like it's
Yeah, they're
certain
the odd
people.
ones out.
Yeah, I have noticed that. I definitely can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, we 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
We 30 minutes in, okay. All right. So let's talk about Letitia. And I chose this picture of Letitia for the graphics because I will never get over this moment in time when it comes to this show when Letitia was sitting there waiting to see if her husband had a child with another woman. Girl, I will never get past this. Like I, also admire her business acumen with her, motivational speaking and things like that she does for women. But when it comes to her relationship, she's another one to where
Yep.
it's like you letting this man play you. And I understand
Yep.
they've been together since high school. That's her boo. But I mean, I'm a child. Like,
Yeah. And not even just the child, all of the cheating that he has done on her throughout the years. This wasn't the first time. And then, like she said, coming into this season, after the reunion, they slept together and she went back and tried to make it work, only for her to find out that he was still messaging other women. And that's when she left him again. So it's like, how many more times did this man gotta betray
so
you and
yeah,
disrespect our marriage for you to finally get the strength to say enough is enough? It's obvious that you two have outgrown each other.
yeah, yeah. So
Obvious.
I know it's hard. You know what I'm saying? She got a kid with him and stuff like that. And I know it's hard, but I just feel like he hurts her too much.
Yeah.
Like,
And I
that's so
think,
embarrassing.
yeah, and I think that he uses the fact, especially with us finding out this season, um, that as far as their families are concerned, he's really close to her family because
Right.
his mom and dad, I believe, are gone or something like that. So I think that he uses that as a reason to keep her because she feels sorry for him. And I actually have a girlfriend of mine who was my best friend, actually, who went through that with her guy at the time, where they had been together 15, 16 years and they had their ups and downs. And one of the reasons why she didn't leave him is because her family had become his family. It was way more intertwined than just them two being together. And I think that it's Josh. I think it's their son Josh. I think that it's the time that they've been together. I think that it's the family dynamics that keeps her there. And then, like I said, the emotional ties that they have with one another.
Right. But let me ask you this, because her business seems to be motivating women, like with her brunches and things like that. It seems like that is her business. At a certain point, when you're trying to motivate women and you have women in the audience going through what you're going through, and it's not healthy, like you in a toxic relationship, this man possibly had a baby on you. At a certain point, do you think it's going to affect her career as far as what she does for women?
Yeah, because it's gonna be like, how you telling me to, be a strong black woman and do all this when you're not even strong in certain act. And nobody is perfect, don't get me wrong, but I'll speak for myself. Early on in my YouTube career, I had a segment called Ask Keisha and Mo with my best friend. And we were giving,
Hey Mo.
we were giving it relationship advice to other women and all of this stuff. And in that time, I was in a horrible, toxic relationship. And I remember feeling like a fraud. And I was like, how am I giving these women advice to move on from bad relationships when I'm over here in a bad relationship myself? And that was actually one of the things that helped motivate me to leave that situation. Because I was like, I can't be sitting up there acting like my shit is all good and it's not. But I think for Tisha, she had even admitted to Carlos that when she pitched him the idea for the show, she had her brunches and stuff here and there, but she wasn't popping like that. I think they amped it up for the show, but just to see like Tisha, like you pitched and created this whole show, like you see what you can do. And I think that he's afraid that the more her career starts to grow, that the more she's going to leave him behind.
And I think she should. And I think she needs to reframe it because we keep saying that she outgrew him and you see her saying that on the show. But for some reason, to me, it seems like that bothers her, that frame of mind, oh, I outgrew him. If she needs to reframe it to whatever it needs to be, I think she should reframe it because it does seem toxic. It doesn't seem like he's doing her anything positive. Like I can't get over the baby. Like that whole situation where she was waiting to see if that was his baby. And it's like, how on reality TV, some stuff be fake and some stuff be real. But I felt like that was real. Like she
that was 100% real. 100% real.
Yeah, she was really waiting for those DNA results. And I feel like when a man takes you that low, where you sitting there waiting on DNA results, like it's time to exit the situation. Y'all can co-parent, he can do whatever he's going to do for your child. But I feel like it's time to exit that situation. And I feel like sometimes you can blossom when you get rid of dead weight. And so it might be hard for her. And I think I heard her say she's scared to leave him because he has some issues going on, like some anger issues. It sounds like he might have some deeper issues that she knows about. Yeah. But you can't live in fear, and you can't sacrifice your life for his. And I feel like as women, we do that. We'll sacrifice our life and put our life, on the back burner in a minute for our child or our man. But really, you got to stand up for you because ain't nobody else going to do it. And I feel like if Tisha don't stand up for her, like he's not going to do it. Nobody's going to do it for her. And I do feel like it's going to affect her career.
You know what I think about their relationship now that I'm thinking about it? Since they've been together since high school. And then, this season, us finding out that he was a rapper. It looked like he was the type of dude that was like popping in the city. They in a small city. He seemed like he was popping. He was popular. And Tisha has even said it, like women be on him, like on him. I don't see why, but okay. But he dresses nice for that part of the United States. And like I said, he looked like he got some little change. He probably was a little street dude back in the day or whatever. And I think that their relationship was he was, like I said, the little popular dude in a little city. And I think that Tisha and him met. She was the sweet girl. She wasn't ugly or anything like that, because I think she's really, really pretty. But I think, them guys that get the plain Jane girl. I think that he got the plain Jane girl, wifed her up. They had their son. He kept her in that house. Because she even said it. And he was out in the streets doing what he was doing on that tugboat, going up and down the Mississippi River, cheating. And then she popped out of nowhere with this television show, and he don't know what to do with himself now. And you see it written all over his face, like, oh my God, like her career is growing. She doing these brunches. She's got her own business going now. She on a hit reality show, and he feels like she's slipping away from him.
And she is.
Yeah. She is.
And she should slip away. She should slip and slide away from him.
But unfortunately, somebody had just sent me a video of them from her page that she had just posted like 2 or 3 days ago, and they were like sitting on the porch somewhere.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, she was talking about she needs to stop doing her hair, and I was like, that's why her wigs be looking a mess. She do it herself. But is it just me, or did she look so much skinnier?
I gotta look back at the video. I don't remember how
her face and stuff was so small.
Really?
And I was wondering, have she had surgery? I guess we're gonna find out at the reunion. But it looked like she didn't had some type of surgery or something done.
Like a gastric bypass or something like that.
Yeah, something. It don't look, or it could be Ozempic, because everybody
say that. Yes, everybody taking Ozempic now, except the people who need it. Yes, it could be Ozempic. I gotta look at that video.
Yeah, her face looked so much smaller, and they were just sitting up there laughing and kicking. And I think another thing that keeps them together, because they honestly do have a friendship. But I think that they need to just have a friendship.
Yeah, but is he really your friend if he cheats on you and lies to you about it?
No.
That's not really your friend. You might be a friend to him. That's how I see it. She's probably a friend to him. And even her being concerned about whatever, disorder or personality disorder or whatever he got going on, the anger management issues, even her being so concerned about that is her being a friend to him. But I don't feel like he's a friend to her. I think he is just like a taker. Like he just receives everything that pours into him. But I don't see him pouring into her. I just don't
because he even showed it in the episode where they had met up, and he was being sweet and apologizing, and then when she didn't give in to that, he turned right back around to being rude and sarcastic and all of those things. And then she got so upset, she got up and left the table. And that's when he followed her outside to the car and was like, you ain't taking my son. You could believe that. Boy, I don't want that little boy. Like, you're going to continue to be on that tugboat running around Jackson trying to be a rapper. Boy, bye.
Girl, he got to be about 43, 44.
And can't rap worth a damn. No.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. All right, so next I wanted to talk about Tameka Cherie. Oh my God, not Pinocchio. I wanted to talk about Tameka Cherie because I do feel like she'd be lying. I have to be honest with you. I feel like she's hiding. I feel like she came on the show and she said it the first season. She wants to be nationally known. Like she's known in her state. She wants to be nationally known. So I don't see anything wrong with that, wanting to, expand your brand. But I think she came on with the mindset of, with her being a radio host, it's like she gives the people what she gives them. Radio is a little different from social media and things like that. Like with us, it's kind of like a feedback. Like we talk to our subscribers, they talk back to us. It's a little different than radio. And I feel like she came on with the mindset, like, I'm gonna give the people this. But it's not that. Like, I do feel like she's hiding things. She probably was engaged to whatever man came out of the woodworks and said he was engaged to her, but he didn't want to do the TV show, so she found somebody else. I do believe that. And so I do believe she's hiding things.
Yeah, I 100% believe it too, because she had even got caught in a lie this season. I forgot. Oh, it was when she lied and said that she had invited them.
Oh yeah,
and they caught her in that lie.
Right.
And I'm like, so you lying about little stuff like that? Like that ain't even nothing to lie about. Like, what's the point of that? But yeah, I 100% believe whoever this man is. Well, I told you, a subscriber reached out to me a month ago, with information telling me that she is pregnant and about to have a little girl by Damon. The girl
Oh
told me the
Lord,
name that they're naming the baby and everything. And then I
Lord.
went and did my research on her page. And if you go back to 9 months ago, you will see that everything that she has been wearing over the past 9 months has been big clothes.
Oh my
Big
God, I'm
clothes.
bringing
And
up her page now.
yeah, everything she used to wear is, tight fitting, form fitting. Yeah, everything is big, empire waist, all of that stuff. She looks very, very much pregnant. I 9 times out of 10 believe she is indeed pregnant, and we will see by the time we get to that reunion if she has had the baby or is about to have it.
Mm. I'm about to
Yeah.
let me share my screen because why do I see what you're talking about? Let me bring up her
Like
Instagram.
it's obvious pictures that she's pregnant with all of the layering she's been doing, the scarves, all of that.
Okay, so let's take a look. All right, so this is her Instagram. I see stuff, shot from the
Yep,
shoulders
waist
up.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so what got me when you were saying that, and
Is
then
look at this one, that
yes,
one right there in the middle. Her wearing
yes,
an
the
empire
Empire
waist
Wave.
dress to a gala. She
Yes.
would not wear nothing
Yes.
like that if she wasn't
Oh
pregnant.
my God. Well, congratulations to her.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Congratulations,
Yep.
girl. I didn't think she was gonna do it. I did
Yep.
not think
And
she
you
was
look at the
gonna
big
do it.
dress. Yep.
And this, ooh, I feel like
Everything is hiding her stomach. Yep.
it's right here. I
Yep.
don't think she was really. I know she got the embryos, but I didn't know what she was going to do with them because she doesn't seem like she really wanted a baby. Like I felt like she was just kind of like, playing a
hmm
role.
I don't. Maybe it happened naturally. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, the baby's supposed to be Demond. She's supposed to be having a girl. And the young lady was telling me that she was having complications because of, I believe, high blood pressure or something like that.
Oh,
So yeah. So we will have confirmations very, very soon.
okay. Well, I pray for her. If you know what I'm saying, if that's the
Yeah.
case, you know what I'm
hmm
saying. She's in my prayers because I
Yeah.
hate for somebody to have a complicated pregnancy. That's no joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Babies are
Wow.
blessings. And I think that, she would be a good mom, but
Yeah.
I think that if you pay attention to Tamara last season and this season, anytime somebody confronts her about something, she always runs. With the stuff
Yeah.
last season with the girl Taisha, now this season with
Yeah.
the so-called ex, and Marie was like, "Girl, we saw the information. The case got thrown out. You're
Right.
lying. Like
Right.
that's
I love
weird."
Marie. Marie was so calm, like, girl, it got thrown out. Like it's over. Stop lying.
Yeah, like I feel like it was a thing where the ex said he didn't want to be on the show, so they broke up. Either
Mhm.
she was initially using Damon as somebody to date on the show, and then it ended up getting serious again, or they broke up and she had already wanted to get back with Damon, so she used that as the opportunity to link back up. It was one of the two
Yeah.
to me.
But the only thing about Damon, I am surprised she would have a child with him. First of all, it seemed like she really wanted to be married. Like she wanted to do things in a traditional way.
Yeah, that's why I was shocked too.
Yeah, but then I always question people who are older. Like, I'm not sure exactly how old she is, but I would say it's around 40. And so
Yeah.
if you're around 40, but you want to be traditional, it's kind of like, well, why haven't you done this already? Like, it kind of seems like you're outside of the box. Like, you're not traditional. If you're waiting this long to have kids, you're actually not traditional. So why are you saying
No.
you want to wait to get married to have kids when really you career focused? Like, let's be honest, you're a career focused woman. You put your career first,
Uh-huh.
so it's kind of like lip service saying that you want to be married.
Yeah, then
Oh,
especially if it is true that she's pregnant.
yeah,
Now you're having the baby out of wedlock. You
right.
wanted y'all to be married and all of this stuff. That's why you moved out, because he didn't give you a ring.
Right.
It's just so confusing. The whole thing with Tamara is confusing.
But you know what they say when somebody's confusing as far as their words, just watch what they do. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not about what they say because she says one thing but then does another.
And
So,
even he be like surprised. He be like, "What are
yeah.
we doing?" Like,
Right, right. He'd be looking
it seems like he
confused.
just tagging along and not knowing really what's going on between them two. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tamara is very confusing to me. Very much confusing.
I'm not confused at this point. I feel like Tamara is giving lip service. Like she's probably been brought up a certain way to be traditional, but it's just not her. But she still gives lip service to that. But it's just not.
Yeah.
But the only
Yeah.
thing I don't like about is it Damon
Yeah.
Greedy. I
Yeah,
didn't like how he was trying to play her, talking about she's
yeah,
sitting
that,
down all day at work. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I did not like that because I was like, oh my God, like it's stressful. Even I've never done radio, but even as a blogger, like
yeah.
just because I'm sitting down at work don't mean these people not stressing me
Child,
out.
hard work. If they only knew, if they only
Yes.
knew how hard it is doing these dang on videos. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was like the only thing so far that I've seen that made me go to him.
Yeah.
Normally he just sit there.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, that comment he could have kept that one there. That was very chauvinistic.
Yeah. He lost me
Yeah,
with that one.
yeah.
But yeah, so let's talk about your girl.
Akeisha. At first, I didn't like her last season. I remember going. I did not like her last season. I didn't like the way she came on
Right.
with the situation with her and Letitia and everything. This season, I actually like her. I think that she watched herself last season and came back still being sassy, but
Mhm.
toned it down a lot. I think that the beef between her and Letitia is stupid at this point, but they still don't get along. Um, but I do like the friendship between her and SoGucci. I think that they
Yeah.
make a really cute little pair. I actually liked seeing her have that conversation with her mom and retelling,
Mhm.
how she came about in their life and everything. Like, honestly, her story could literally be a movie, or
Yeah. It seemed
it's
like it was
so
a lot to it
interesting.
with her being adopted and things like that. And then
Yeah, and then
her
going into
mom.
this wealthy family, and
Yeah.
it's like look, Pollyanna, Polly the movie.
Right, right. The real life Pollyanna. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
interesting.
literally.
And I feel like that's bringing like a big part of Jackson to the show. Like,
Yes.
how the fact that she owns part of the block that they're trying to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like it brings a big part of Jackson to the show. So I like her on the show. I want to see more. She talks about what's going on as far as what's going on with that block and everything. She talks about it, but we don't actually see it. Like we don't see her in meetings. We don't see what's going on. So I would like
Yeah.
more of that, being that season one started with, Letitia saying that she wanted to bring back, what's the name of that street?
Ferris.
Ferris Street. Yeah, Ferris Street. I would like to see more of that, even if it's
Mm-hmm.
with Akeisha instead of Letitia. As long as somebody's doing it, I would like to see it. And I
Yeah.
do like seeing her and her husband. It's a shame he's not home more, but I
Yeah.
do like seeing her and her husband on the show.
Yeah, they have a beautiful family and beautiful little kids. I
Yeah.
100% agree with you that moving forward, I would like to see more of the process of her doing everything with Fair Street. Because when she just interviewed with Carlos this past week, she had just learned that she had a feature in Essence magazine where they were talking about her and all the work that she's doing in Jackson
Mhm.
and everything. But she was saying that the council or whatever down there is trying to like ban bars and stuff like that. So that's taking
Oh,
them even further step back, because her and her husband were going to bring their bricks and hops or whatever there
yeah.
as well. So that's setting them back.
Oh
But
no.
yeah, I would love to, like I said, see more of her working behind the scenes with the Fair Street. But I would also love to see her bring Letitia on to it, even though she
Yeah.
made clear in her interview with Carlos that this is something that she's been working on before she even got on the show and all of that stuff. Letitia is the one that made us, the world, know about Fair Street, because I had never
That's
heard
true.
about it until this show. I would love for them to figure out a way to come together for them both to work on this together on the show. I think that
Yeah.
would be great.
Yeah, I think so too. I remember
Mhm.
looking up, like, what is Letitia saying? Ferris?
Yeah,
Ferris?
because
Like, what is she saying? What street? And I remember Googling that street and then seeing what it was. So yeah,
hmm,
Letitia, she did bring it to the forefront. And it
yeah,
would be nice if Akeisha would involve her. But I am sad to hear like the fact that that council or whatever doesn't want a
yeah.
car on that street. That to me
Mhm.
is old fashioned, and it's,
So old
yeah,
fashioned, and I'm
it's so
like,
old fashioned.
that would help revitalize y'all community, give more
Yeah.
job opportunities, more tourists. Like, what are y'all thinking? Like,
Yeah,
huh?
let people get a drink. Like, you know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Like, y'all could have restaurants, cafes, little boutiques. Like, you could make it a whole thing on that street.
Yeah.
But these people, they don't be thinking.
Right, right. But hopefully it'll all work out. I don't know if she
Yeah,
has to prove to them, the finances behind it, but hopefully it will all work out for her.
yeah.
All right. So Gucci. SoGucci. Sophia. She got so many names.
Is
Sophia.
it Sophia or is it Shantae? Which one is it?
I have figured out her name must be Sophia Shantae. It must
Okay,
be
or is it
Sophia
Shantae
Shantae
Sophia?
or Shantae Sophia. One of the two.
Oh my God, because I hate
Monday
So
is not here
Gucci.
for it though.
Yeah, the child. So what do you think about Gucci? Because last season it was like she was more of a friend to the show than actual cast member, even though
Right.
she was a cast member.
I feel like to me, she seems like I don't know her exact personality type, but to me, she seems like a person that's good either on their own or in a leadership position. Like when she's teaching people fitness or when she's doing real estate, she seems like she's good in that area. But when it comes to like the group, to me, it seems like a little conflict. Like when she came to first of all, she coming to Latrice's event. She don't even like Latrice. So I feel like she should have done like Marie and just don't go. Like, why are you going if you don't like the girl?
Yeah,
And
I
then she
didn't
doesn't,
understand that either.
yeah. And then she doesn't like Selena. And to me, even if it's somebody I don't like, I'll be honest with you. If somebody I don't like is standing with somebody I do like, I will just be like, hey, especially their family at this point. Like they're co parenting, they're adult children, but they're still, offspring. So I felt like, okay, what is going on here socially or, familiar when it comes to the family, like to where
Hmm.
you could walk past the mother of the kids that you have parented and not say hello to her. Like I feel like it's something going on there with So Gucci. So I mean she ain't so Gucci to me, basically. She not so Gucci to me.
Well, I hate the name, but one thing that I will say when I watched both of their interviews with Carlos, they both said that they have had a contentious relationship throughout the years and that they don't speak to each other.
That's
So,
not right.
yes, no, it's not right at all. Don't get me wrong, it's not right at all. But this was my thing. If y'all don't speak to each other already, y'all don't have no type of relationship with each other, y'all don't speak when y'all are around each other, what was so different about this event? I felt like Selena was looking for a moment. I really do. I think that she chose that moment to, give her a moment to gain
Mhm.
some type of notoriety on this show to get her a place on the show. Because me myself, if I see somebody that I don't get along with and she don't speak to me ever, we don't speak to each other any other time we see each other, but then all of a sudden I see her and it's a camera crew around, and then I'm gonna ask you, so that's the only person you see standing here? Like, we don't speak to, like, what is so, like, we're not gonna act brand new. Like, girl, we don't talk to each other. Let's not play these games. So I felt like Selena started all that because So Gucci didn't say anything to her. She kept it moving, and she the one that tapped on the shoulder, brought her back to ask her a question, then kept on going with it. Now, she did, Gucci did say, I'll throw this drink in your face. And
Right.
so I do think that Selena was like, I'm gonna get her before she get me. But
Right.
none of that
Right.
would have started if Selena wouldn't have said nothing to her.
Okay, I can agree with that. Selena, as like a B character on the show, she was looking for a moment. I think that was obvious, especially when she tapped her on the shoulder after the girl was already walking away. I think it is obvious she was looking for a moment. They're filming reality TV, so they trying to give the camera something. I just think she got more than she bargained for. Like
Yeah.
she
Oh,
should have
but
never
let me
tapped
make this
her on her
also
shoulder.
clear. She's not even a friend to the show. She's just somebody that's Latrice been filming with. Carlos even said she's not getting paid to be on the show this season or anything. So that's why I said she was looking for a moment to get herself as a
Mm.
cast member on this show.
Is that not embarrassing though to have fought on reality TV and then the producer come out and say you're not even getting paid? Is that not
And that's why
embarrassing?
that comment stung when she said, why am I going to be talking to an extra?
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly. So she is an extra. Yeah.
Yes. So that's why I was like, yeah, I think that was Latrice bringing her on the show because she knows that they don't get along. She ain't really got no friends herself on the show. She needed somebody to to film with. So it all comes back around to Latrice, which makes Latrice the star of the show, whether you like her or not. Everything pretty much goes back to Latrice. She's
So she is
playing the
the
game.
Belle. Like I said,
Yeah.
she's the Belle of the ball.
She's the Belle of the ball, not my ball, but this ball. But she's playing the game. she, and I said this season 1, you can go back and look at my reviews. I said it season 1, she reminds me so much of Portia, that very goofy, sneaky type of person that acts like, what you talking about? I didn't do nothing. Who said that? Like she's that girl, but she's very smart. She's playing the game. She is playing the game.
Yeah, I just don't think she meant for it to be a fight. I feel like
no. I don't think that any of them thought it was going to get that far, but it did. Now, what I did not like is Sanjay blaming everything on Gucci. Like, your mama and her were both in the wrong. And whether you like what's going on between them right now, let's not do this fake crap, because we're not going to act like last season when they had that family episode and Sanjay said out of her own mouth, I'll call Gucci to talk about stuff that's going on in the family, or I'll call my dad. They had a relationship. The lady even admitted, which is not a good thing to even admit, but at least she was being honest, that she put them girls above her, before her own daughter. That's why the daughter was feeling some type of way. That lady was there for them girls and poured into them girls. So we're not going to sit up here and act like all of a sudden that Gucci is just this evil stepmama. I don't like stuff like that. And Sanjay old enough to know right and wrong. And it's, in this case, as far as the situation between Selena and her mom, they're both in the wrong. They're both in the wrong, and she just needs to stay out of it.
Yeah. Honestly, I was trying to see. Listen, I be, doing slow motion when people be fighting. I be like, let me slow motion this 0.25, because I was trying to see was Sanjay fighting or trying to break it up. And I know
they said that she was trying to break it up. She wasn't jumping in. Everybody said that she was just trying to break them up or whatever. Because we didn't even see all the stuff where they literally said they were on the ground. They were on the ground tussling, and we didn't even get to see any of that. But I just don't like any of that. Like, and I just don't like kids getting involved. I know she's not a kid anymore. She's an adult or whatever. All of the girls are. But at the end of the day, when somebody start cussing your child out, you gonna be mad. But you allowed your daughter to be on this show, getting involved in women that are way older than them situation. Now, if somebody on that show end up cussing somebody out, then it's gonna be a problem. That's why I think that the kids should, not with the family and be done.
Right, exactly. Like when they were filming in the backyard by the pool and stuff, that's good. But when they're in situations with the other women and the other women are having conflict, it's not good. And then you have where, of course, Sanjay's going to side with her mom. And then SoGucci's daughter, I'm sure, sided with SoGucci.
Exactly. This is going to, because they had came such a long way. They had even said we came a long way. We, talking to one another and all of this stuff. And now all of this has made everything go back to square one. And it's just sad. Honestly, truly, it's sad.
Yeah, it's sad for that family. I feel the same way. I was like, dang, reality TV is one thing, but in real life, that's a real life setback. And who knows if they're ever going to get past it. They're going to make the
situation even worse, Layla, when Selena come on the show next season. It's going to make it even worse. Carlos does the same little tricks I noticed that he's done in other reality shows or stuff that he's seen on other people's stuff. And this whole situation is just going to be Selena and Gucci, and then her fiance and JJ, and then the kids. This is literally about to be on some like Teresa and Melissa type stuff, but the ex-wives and wife club. Like, it's just going to be a mess. It's going to really end up tearing this family apart. I already see it.
Yeah. But, if they want to be on the show, it is what it is. They know what they step in their feet into.
Yep. And then Selena was very telling. The first thing that came out of her mouth when they started arguing was, you'll always be second to me. I was married to him first. Like, where'd that come from?
Yes. I was like, oh, wait, this is really about JJ of all people. This is about JJ. Like, you still want JJ? Like,
because you engaged to a whole nother man. And if I was your fiance, I'd be like, what you say? Like, absolutely not. That's disrespectful.
It's still something there. I don't know exactly what happened between them, but obviously when she said that, I was like, oh, it's still something there. It's still something there.
That's what happened. She's with old Cliff, child.
Cliff, of all people.
Cliff. I want to know how he would be in the back of the day, because right now,
I said the Pickens must be slim in Jackson,
That's
Mississippi.
what I'm saying. Like, what is going on here? Because I ain't seen now one attractive man on this show.
Mm-mm. Let me think. I got some screenshots. Let me see. Is anybody attractive?
No.
Latrice husband, no. Letitia husband, no. Damon, no.
All right, but no. Mm-mm.
Not with that boozy haircut.
Yeah, no, no, no.
This,
Willie husband ain't even from there, but no.
yeah. I think he okay. Akeisha husband, I think he alright. I think he alright. JJ, I feel like
Absolutely.
no, not as a partner, but
As a
as
homie,
a
yeah.
dad. Yeah, as a homie and as a dad, I feel like he is a good dad. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
then that's another thing. How you this is why I'm saying it's both of it's well, it's not even like I said, Gucci and Selena, but nobody brings up the fact that she didn't even tell this man that their daughter was pregnant. Or didn't even make their daughter go tell their daddy.
oh, you talking about Selena?
Yeah, he had to find out on
Yeah,
social media. Like, so that's why I'm saying,
yeah,
like, it's a lot of little backhanded stuff that's going on that is silly. Like, why would you
yeah.
even do some stuff like that where you post it on social media and then don't tell the father? Like, I mean, their her father. Like, what?
Yeah, that was deep. And then the daughter, So Gucci daughter has said that JJ want his daughters to be perfect and them, having
Yeah,
children. I don't know
and
exactly how old they are, but them having
mhm,
children early is not something that he would be here for. So I guess that's
yeah.
why he didn't tell them.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
it's
then
something wrong
I
with it.
still don't agree with. Yeah, that is wrong for him to make them girls feel that way.
Yeah,
100%, he's putting too much pressure on them. But still, as respect, they should have at least told that man before they put it on social media.
yeah, I
Like
would
that's
think so.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
maybe we'll get into that next season. Why they didn't? Because it is something deep there to not tell your daddy
Yeah,
that
that's
you're
why
pregnant.
they whole family need to be in therapy.
Yeah,
Everybody needs to be in therapy. All of them
some real
together. I
therapy.
do think that So Gucci's daughter, when she was saying that them girls was treating her different because she was chocolate, I think there was some truth to that as well.
Yeah, yeah. When she was repeating that the jokes that they was making and stuff like that, I
Hmm.
do agree with that.
Yep.
So we haven't talked about Marie Monroe, and when this whole show started, it was like she was like a central figure, like season one and part of season two, she was like a central figure. But now it's kind of like she is. I don't want to say a B character, but she's kind of like the character trying to help people make up and things
Yeah.
like that. You don't see her relationship on the show anymore. What are your thoughts and opinions about Marie Monroe?
I think going into this season, because her life was such a focal point the first two seasons, and this season we're focusing on Letitia and Latrice and
Yeah,
So Gucci this season, and a little bit of Tamara, a little bit of Marie and Akeisha sprinkled in. So I don't mind that she's getting a break this season.
yeah,
um, but I love Marie. Loved her since season one. Her and her life story and everything. Watching her and her interviews and things, I think that she's just a real, true, genuine woman that got it out the
yeah,
mud. And I think that she's just strong and courageous, going through everything that she has going through. That's a lot on one person, and trust me, I get it. I 100% get everything that she's going through. As far as her being her place on the show, I love her relationship with Letitia. Love it. I'm liking that her and Gucci and Akeisha are building a rapport. I think that she is spot on when it comes to Tamara Lion ass.
yeah. She was on camera.
You stay on
She's
Tamara
on
neck,
camera.
child. And her and Latrice, they'll never be friends. They'll never be friends at all.
Yeah.
But I like Marie. I think Marie is funny. It was for when she told what's her name? Letitia to come on in that house when she was outside talking to Glenn. And he was
Yeah.
like, that's my wife. And she was like, I bet you see where she at. She came in
Right.
here.
She got him. Yes. But you know what? I was like, this what men make you do. Like they make you get in your masculine and talk to them crazy. Like they
Yes.
make you do it. And so she did it. You know what I'm saying? And then she checked him. Yeah, I noticed
Real
that
quick.
moment. She came in
Real
here,
quick.
didn't she? Yep.
And when she went out on that date with that boy, oh my God. That was a ghetto-fied mess, but she held her composure, and I was like, that is smart to make these men sign NDAs. I'm gonna start doing that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Child, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start. That was a smart idea, but I
Yeah.
want to see her date and meet somebody that's gonna treat her right, because that other ex-husband, child, he was a mess.
I don't even see what. Well, I think doesn't she? That's her daughter's father, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I was about to say I don't see what she sees in him, but
I,
obviously that's her daughter's father. That's
yeah,
what
I
it
didn't.
is.
I never saw what she saw in him.
Yeah,
And I'm happy that she does not have her son on the show anymore.
I wanted
Um,
an update. I wanted to see how he doing.
well, I agree with that. I would like to see like how he's been handling everything since his second baby mama, passed away, and how
Yeah,
he's doing raising his child or whatever. I
yeah.
just hope that Marie's still not taking the brunt of everything on top of raising her own kids. That's a lot.
I know. I feel like she probably does. It seemed like that's her.
Mhm.
That's what she does. Yeah.
Yeah, but I really like Marie. I really, really do.
Yeah, I do too. But I be feeling like the show set you up season 1 and season 2 to not like her. I feel like it was a lot of
Mhm.
stuff that happened on the show that kind of made her look crazy. And
Yep.
now we kind of seeing it unfold and unravel and seeing like, oh, okay, she wasn't crazy. Like,
Uh-huh.
stuff do be going on with Latrice. And so
Yeah.
I like her too. She's one of my favorite characters on the show. And
Yeah.
I feel like they are letting her like kind of like rest a little bit this season.
Yeah.
Like,
Last season when she interview, I forgot who she did an interview with, but she was talking about how last season was so hard for her to the point where she wasn't even going to film because her lupus was so bad and she was in constant pain. And she said the reason why she was wearing that blonde wig is
oh yeah,
because it was something going on with her hair and stuff like
yeah,
that. So it was really bad for her last season. So I feel like they let her, take a break this
yeah.
season.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I do remember that interview. I do remember that. And she was saying that's why she's wearing a wig. Yeah. But
Mhm.
girl, Marie, if you watching, your hair look cute. The little, it's not finger waves, but whatever you call them, finger curls or whatever you
Yeah,
have.
little Betty Boop hairstyle.
Yes, it is
Mhm.
so cute. I love that on her. I think she is so pretty. That's the best hairstyle for her. I
Mhm.
love her and what
Yeah,
she did in this season.
yeah, I
But
love
yeah.
her.
But I want to thank you for joining me. This was fun. We got to do this
Thank
again.
you.
Yeah.
Most definitely, most definitely. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, this was good.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for joining me. You guys, if you're watching, I forgot to say all the stuff, but make sure you follow Keisha Irvin, Color Me Pink. I'll put a link to her channel in the description box and I'll put it in the comments. Make sure you follow her channel. You will love it just as much as I do. And Keisha, I want to say again, thank you for joining me for this tea spill of Belle Collective season 3.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this and have a great day.
Yes.